let's get to how Tennessee players and coaches reacted to Nico Iamaleava. And this is going to be, we're going to play a little bit of four downs because there's four different quotes I want to share with you guys on what people said. Two from Miles Kitselman, one from Arian Carter, one from Josh Heupel about how the Nico Iamaleava situation played out. Tennessee players in Tennessee had their spring game Saturday, the day it was announced that Nico was hitting the transfer portal. And after the spring game, the elephant in the room was the Nico Iamaleava situation. And players and coaches had, honestly, were a little more candid about what they had to say on it. I don't know how honest everybody was on everything, but at least they spoke on it. They didn't hide from it the way Josh Heupel did a couple years ago with the Jeremy Banks situation. So we're going to play a little four downs now to talk about all of this. We're going to start with Josh Heupel. All right. Josh Heupel spoke on this, and this is what Josh Heupel said when speaking about the Nico Iamaleava situation. I'm going to share this with you guys right now. Here's Josh Heupel after the spring game addressing the elephant in the room.
I'm sure I'm going to get asked about this here in a second, so I'll address it on the front end. Today's landscape of college football is different than what it has been. And it's unfortunate, just the situation and where we're at with Nico. I want to thank him for everything that he's done since he's gotten here. That's as a recruit to who he was as a player, and how he competed inside of the building. And so a great appreciation for that side of it. Obviously, we're moving forward as a program without him. I said it to the guys today. There's no one that's bigger than the power team.
So a lot more from that, but very classy response from Josh Heupel. Says that no one's bigger than the team. You got to give them credit for that. And that's first down, by the way. That was first down. I don't have the board the way Dave does, so we'll go Cooper Mays, hit like and subscribe. Coop here, first down. That first down was Josh Heupel's quotes. Josh Heupel, credit to him for being candid, said all the right things. And I think that you wonder if he's being honest about no one's bigger than the power T, but then we go to what the player said. So the next quote is from Miles Kitselman, and we're going to have two from Miles Kitselman. So second down is Miles Kitselman talking about the players on the team real quick. And here's what Miles Kitselman had to say. This is second down.
I've been on some talented teams that haven't done too well because there are a bunch of individuals on those teams. And I'm not just saying this to say this, but man, this team's different. We got guys that want to be here. We got guys that want to give their all, and they're going to go the extra mile to do whatever they can to give us the best opportunity.
Now that comment was a little revealing to me, guys, because that comment from Miles Kitselman is suggesting, I don't know if he knows he's suggesting this, but it's hinting at the idea that Nico Iamaleava was causing locker room problems because he said, I've been on teams that were talented that didn't win a lot. Giving off a vibe that they were having locker room problems with Nico because of all of this. I don't know how true that is. That was second down. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Miles Kitselman was revealing there with his quote saying that they're giving off locker room problems? I mean, it seems like they are. And so we'll just kind of have to ask us. As you guys know, Miles Kitselman missed spring practice because he was dealing with an injury. But he is a leader at tight end for this team. He is a senior tight end, very experienced. Again, you guys give me your thoughts. Very intriguing how that all played out. So you guys tell me, do y'all think Miles Kitselman was saying that Nico was a locker room problem? I mean, who knows? I'm just throwing out what they were saying. Now, on third down, here's Miles Kitselman again, this time talking specifically about Tennessee. And here is Miles Kitselman speaking on the team
Obviously,
now.
I'm old. I'm really old. But I've been a part of some really talented teams that haven't won a whole lot because there were individuals on those teams. And quite frankly, there's no other group that I'd rather go to war with right now than the guys that we got on this team. And just implementing that and knowing that I got their back and I don't even have to question.
Now, again, kind of repeating a little bit of what he was saying there, but Miles Kitselman saying that he's got his team's back and they have his, and he loves this team. Big question. Do you guys think Miles Kitselman is being forthcoming? That's kind of interesting. Is Miles letting is Miles saying that Nico's a locker room problem and now the team is closer? That's kind of an interest. That's kind of an intriguing thing. You guys, by the way, I'm hearing some. I hear that there's some issues with my audio on the message board. Let me know if that's still a thing. Before we keep moving on, well, let's move on now. 4th down. This is Arian Carter. This is a quick quote from what Arian Carter said, and this is the last one I'm going to share. 4th down. This is what Arian Carter said in the post game. Again, a leader on the defense, and you tell me what he was saying about all this. So here is Arian Carter talking about Nico after spring ball.
At the end of the day, I feel like we have two individuals here who can sling the ball, that can manage games with very well and play at a very high level, and that have really high ceilings that they can play at. We don't really go into the specifics of details like that, but with an individual like that, you wish him the best of luck wherever he goes. That's my brother forever. But at the end of the day, it's next man up mentality, and I feel like whoever steps in that position is going to be able to go out and ball out. And that I do my due diligence as a leader to make sure those two are well off prepared to go out there and play on.
Now, Arian Carter did say Nico Iamaleava is his brother, but he's clearly all in on Tennessee. He's turning into a leader for this team. So the question with all of that in mind is, Arian Carter, how do we take what Arian Carter said? Now, I'm going to ask this question. Given everything that was just said by Tennessee's players, Nico Iamaleava's departure will fracture Vols team chemistry, bring Vols closer together. You guys let me know. I'm not so sure which one it is. 4 Downs is brought to you by Ted Russell Ford, Lincoln Studio.
Like a blast from the past, the Super Dealer is back. Look to the skies, Knoxville. The Super Dealer is fighting for price, service, and the American-made. Ted Russell Ford is East Tennessee's #1 volume Ford dealer. Save up to $4,350 on a new Ford F-150 XLT, or get into a new Ford Ranger XLT with no payments for 90 days. Come see the Super Dealer today at either Ted Russell Ford location.
All right, you guys let me know. Got it up right now. Nico Iamaleava's departure will fracture Vols team chemistry or bring the Vols closer together. A lot of people are saying bring the Vols closer together. Right now, 27 votes, 89% say bring them closer together. Man, my poll questions have been landslides so far. Dylan Elam says, makes a good point, which is that all reports are saying the team was pissed at Nico after he no-showed practice. Sounds like they're celebrating. I don't know if they're celebrating, but I think that they were tied into all the saga, and it was kind of a weird situation to be led by somebody who, again, Nico Iamaleava was a leader for the team. He's the quarterback. He has to be. And to try to follow a leader who, at the same time, his team is stringing the program along, that he might leave or go somewhere else and is being shopped around. I don't know how you deal with that. I think that there's a lot more of a clear conscience with Nico Iamaleava being gone now. So that's kind of how this is all working out, in my opinion.